Hey, hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening and warm welcome to the lecture on geometry. So today we will see a little bit about the coordinate geometry. Yesterday we the heights and distances, and today we will try and revise few of the concepts from coordinate geometry. Of course, as usual, we take a look at questions straight from either CAT, ZAT or IIFT. Preferably, most of the examples that I take are from the CAT perspective. All right, yeah, let's keep this lecture short and sweet, and let's try and do a reflective learning as we used to do before as well. Yeah, so reflective learning in the sense, so what I'm trying to say is when we do this learning, so what I meant is I will not give the entire basics of coordinate geometries to start with or any topic for that matter. So instead, what we do is, hey, I will present some question. Probably you will recall some of the concepts because you would have gone through the pre-reads. And based on that, so I will come back and naturally I will try and give as many inputs, not just with respect to that question. If there is a concept to be revised, we will try and revise and move on. That's how we kind of do that reflective learning. All right. Yeah. Yes, I think Sumit is here. Yeah, hi Sumit. Hi Aditya. All right. Yeah. So therefore, let's get started on that particular note. So before I do that, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Belvi Srinivas. Keval, yeah, Keval, Chinmay. Good evening, friends. Good evening. Good evening. I guess everybody is doing good. Yeah, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Belvi Srinivas. I've been teaching in this test prep industry for the last 14 years. That's since 2007. I taught the students as well as I contributed towards the management in various capacities during that particular tenure. Yes, the one good thing is I developed some good skills to train the students, especially in the areas of QA, DI, and LR, and also the counseling session, counseling part as well, counseling the students to get into the right kind of B schools and seek the right kind of admissions, right preparation plan. Yeah, that's a little bit about my expertise onto this. Uh, just give me a second. I'm lagging behind. Let me. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty much with you. Good evening, Neha. Yes, Keval. Keval is saying that new glasses. Yes, yeah, yeah. Correct. Glasses are new. Sight is also like, so it got affected. Therefore, I have to use the glasses. So I've been postponing it for some time. So now there seems to be no choice, Keval. Yeah. Thank you. Any which ways, yeah. So here we are. So if you want to know more about some of the courses that we offer and the things, probably you may have to get onto this particular Telegram channel. That's one way you can interact with me. The short interactions, yes, and also not only there are many active students on this Telegram group. So you can help each other wherever my intervention is required. Surely I'll be observing what you guys are discussing, and wherever it is required, certainly I will also chip in and try to help you guys, right? So otherwise you can DM me from there as well. That's briefly about how we can kind of work it out together. Tomorrow being Sunday, tell me guys what you are supposed to be doing. Tomorrow being Sunday, what you must be doing on Sunday. One non-negotiable thing. Oh, okay, Keval, is it so? All right. Yeah. What's one plan for Sunday? Non-negotiable plan for Sunday. Can you guys quickly put it in the chat? Yeah, that's right. Srishti, Rishav, Keval. Yes, yes. I'm hoping that others also. So yes, one non-negotiable plan for Sunday is always write the mocks. And for any of you, there is a free mock as well. So for any of you, if your CAT slot falls somewhere towards the afternoon, this particular time, you have two free mocks, one on 7th, one on 14th of November. Try and take these mocks, but preferably, let me tell you, try and take the mocks during your time slot, already your CAT time slot. Try to put your mind, tune it to auto tune it to that particular time slot so that your performance is at peak at that point in time. That's pretty much important, right? Don't try to write at different times. We are into the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks. So all the 3 weeks, whatever the mocks that you take, try and ensure that you generally try and write the mock approximately closer to your time slot of CAT, beat slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. Try and push it up during that particular point in time and start at least 15 minutes before. Go and sit before the mock 15 minutes before. Preferably you can sit 30 minutes before as well, at least 15 minutes, because 30 minutes might tend to be boring. So all you got to do from tomorrow is, because that patience time, that waiting time is essential. Sit before 15 minutes, because some of us, being with the comfort of the homes, what we do is we kind of start writing 5 minutes before we kind of settle down. Maybe we take a couple of deep breaths and then we start the test immediately, right? So we'll start. So don't do that. Sit there for 15 minutes. It can be kind of an idle time. Doesn't matter. Sit there for 15 minutes and then start the test. Get into that patiently, that anxious moment. So because that's what you got to handle before the CAT, even on the CAT day, because the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes, you would be pretty anxious. So now get tuned to that, sit in front of the test for 15 minutes and try and use this in a positive way, send some positive affirmations, speak to yourself a little positively, right, during that particular 15 minutes. Visualize that, okay, you started off with an RC, you're able to pick and select the RCs properly, right? And then try to visualize things. Then you moved on to, that's what the visualization is. Then you're going into DILR. The first 3 or 4 minutes, you are kind of trying to visualize that you are picking the right kind of sets, and then you are performing on that particular sets. Then go on to the QA section. That's what you kind of do in this 15 minutes without getting anxious. Assume that your hand is moving really well. You are able to answer the questions, right? You are excited about it. In the sense, like, visualize the positives. Okay, you are able to solve the DILR sets. You are able to close them. You are able to read the RC smoothly, understand that particular RC, right? Visualize like that the positive affirmations, which are very important. That is what you should be doing these 15 minutes. Now what you do is, these 3 weeks, try and do this part. Otherwise, suddenly on that particular day, you don't know what to do for 15 minutes, right? You can be either positive during that 15 minutes, or you may get negative during that 15 minutes. You got to train your mind for yourself. All right, you got to train it. These 15 minutes, you got to do that visualization business, and that entire visualization has to be pretty positive. Okay, is it making sense? Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? So you got to sit idle for these 15 minutes before the test, not 5 minutes. Yeah, Rishav, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Most of us will have a little bit of cold start problem. Just be conscious and push yourself as much as you could. Don't worry. Don't worry. There is no magic solution to it. We all have that. Right? Just like our cricketers also. 1 or 2 balls, what they do? They defend. They defend because they just want to have a good look at that particular ball for the 1 or 2 balls. Then from the 3rd ball onwards, they attack. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now you may prove me wrong saying that no, sir, one of the fellows hit the boundary for the first ball itself. That's okay. But in general, I'm saying 90% of us what we do. So nothing wrong about it. Just be intentional that I cannot tend to be too cold. That's it. Yeah. All right. That's it. Don't be too cold. That's it. All right. No, you don't have to be too cold. Rishav, it's not a 2020 match. CAT is not a 2020 match. You have to endure for 2 hours of mind game. That's not a joke, okay? And it's neither a test match as well, but yeah, enduring the pressure for 2 hours is not a 2020 match. It's not a 2020 match. You got to endure for a longer time. You need a lot of you need a lot of determination there, because ups and downs, good, bad, ugly, everything happens like a test match. Like a test match, you start with one particular set, it may not work for you. So therefore, what do you give up? No, you don't give up. You make the best of the remaining time. Okay, because a lot of people say that CAT is a 2020 match. I disagree. It's not like that, because 2 hours of mental game is, oh, it makes you tired, man. It makes you tired. Okay, yeah. So my point very clear. 15 minutes you got to spend before the test. Sit in front of the system for 15 minutes before you click the start button for the next 3 weeks. Start this from tomorrow's test. Okay, yeah. Don't worry, Preet. Don't worry. You will have a good experience. You still have 3 weeks, right? Your mind has to be peak at that point in time. Tune it, auto tune it. It gets auto tuned. Okay, shall we get into the lecture? Have you guys gone through the pre-reads of coordinate geometry? How many of you have gone through the pre-reads of coordinate geometry in the recent past? Maybe today, yesterday, or it could be like a couple of days back, whatsoever. Recent past, pretty recent past. How many of you have gone through a little bit of pre-reads for coordinate geometry? Quick, can you confirm this in the chat? That's okay, Keval. That's fine. That kind of pre-read is good enough. Going through the formula sheet, that's fine. Few days back is fine, Rishabh, because the memory will be still pretty much, yeah, memory will be still active, not a worry. Okay, Chinmay has gone through, Asim has gone through. What about others? Others, no pre-reads, nothing like that. Yeah. If you don't, you have to get into a little bit of habit of pre-reads, friends. You have to get into, because sometimes once you are in the top B schools, you will have pre-reads of 150 pages, right? 150 pages of pre-reads to attend tomorrow's 3 case studies lectures. You may have to end up reading 150 pages, otherwise it doesn't make sense. All right, now the prof will enter into a room and he will simply say that, Rishabh, why don't you narrate why don't you give the highlights of that particular case, give the narration. Sometimes like that. Sometimes he will give an open thing saying that anybody just would like to just give the glimpse of what the case was about, and then prof starts probing and asking questions and giving the concept, all that stuff. But sometimes what he does, the prof, he or she, whatever it could be, right, they enter the class and they say that, Sumit, okay, why don't you quickly put the case to the perspective? How much was that case? About 15-20 pages. Assume that Sumit has read only 2-3 pages of that case study, or 5 pages. Now who will read the remaining 10 pages? Sumit is caught red-handed. Prof won't say anything, but prof has made a note of that. Right now, Sumit, don't think, I've taken you as an example. Not that it shouldn't happen with anybody for that matter. So reading the cases are important, because the prof would just walk into the hall and he would say, they walk into the classroom and say that, hey, put the case to the perspective quickly. Sometimes he says one of you, sometimes he will pick the person and he would say that you are going to do it. Right? Yeah. So something like that. So you mean, that's what you mean by the pre-reads. Pre-reads are pretty essential. Fair enough, guys. All right. Okay, let's get on to the lecture. Let's get on to the lecture. You can keep the cheat sheet ready. You can keep the book also along with you. If you have the formula sheet on this, you can keep the formula sheet. Absolutely no worries. You can keep the book, if you don't have the formula sheet, if you have the notes or the book in which the formulas are there, you can keep that as well, doesn't matter. Okay, so that some things are just not reflecting in your mind, you can use it, but idea is yours. You got to make a quick idea to go about and resolve this particular question. Yeah, I will give good 1.5 2 minutes, because it's a first question. You might want to warm up and recall so many formulas, all that stuff. Go ahead. Here is the first question right in front of you. Yeah, all are either CAT replica, IIFT or XAT. So all questions are from these 3 exams. You may think that, sir, why you are unfair, why you are not taking SNAP or NMAT? They get covered along with this. That's my point. Go ahead, everybody take this time. Take this time and start solving. Yeah, Keval, don't write the hints and all. Leave it. Don't write any hints. I can read your minds. You don't have to write the hints. Delete that. Keval. Let others also solve independently, no? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, very good. Very good, guys. Very good. Well done. So most of you understood that it is nothing but the centroid. Centroid is the point. What is this particular point? This point is nothing but centroid, as Keval said some time back. Yeah, that is nothing but centroid. Centroid is the point which divides the medians in the ratio 2:1, 2 towards the vertices. Of course, all right. Now 2 part being towards the vertices. How do you find the centroid? We all know that centroid, if these points are x, y1, this is x2, y2 and x3, y3. We all know how to find the centroid. The coordinators, right? X and y are the points of the centroid. Let's say these are the coordinates of the centroid. This x is nothing but the mean of the x coordinates. That is the mean, x1, x2, x3 divided by 3. This gives me the average. Similarly, for y, it gives y1, y2, y3 divided by 3 average, right? This becomes the x and y coordinate, as most of you have written out here, right? It is 2, 2, which is correct. Very good. Yeah, very good. That's why we say that, hey, generally coordinate geometry, we put it under the geometry because the concepts come from geometry. You may be a little bit aware of, hey, how do I, therefore using the coordinates, how do I resolve a geometrical issue? Because the issue is still a centroid, but I use the coordinates to resolve this particular issue. You get circles, you get parallelograms. The issue is the same, right? Issue comes more from the geometrical aspects more often than not. Only thing is, in between, all that you have, right, in between you will be using certain coordinates, and therefore distance between the coordinates, and then section formula of the coordinates, then finding the straight lines, the perpendicular to the given line, parallel to the given line. You use these kind of issues which we all kind of comfortable. We all should be comfortable with the pre-reads. Yeah, hi Isha, hi Kathy. Yeah, good, great. Okay, from this, I'm assuming that everything about the triangles you are clear. What about the triangles? So how to find the centroid, maybe how to find the area of the triangle given these three coordinates, etc. Try and recall them. That's what we do. Yeah, as we go along, naturally we come across those particular points. Let's try and see how the questions. We do a couple of warm-ups. These are all warm-up questions. What we are doing in the first 10-15 minutes, we'll do a little bit of warm-up. We get into it. Then we'll look at certain critical applications. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, everybody go ahead. A minute should be a good time for this. Quickly recall and close this in a minute's time. If you can type, you type. Can't type, don't worry. But close it for yourself on your paper in about a minute's time. Okay, all right guys, quickly let's take a look at it. There are four ways to form the straight line, right? What is the type 1? Given 2 points. Hey, if I have 2 points x1, y1 and I have another point x2, y2, given these 2 points, we find it by using the 2-point form of a straight line, right? 2-point form of a straight line. How do we write it? Y minus y1 is also equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 times of x minus x1. What are these? This is a 2-point form of a straight line, number 1. So number 2, because whenever you said that I find the equation of a straight line, then you should understand what are the requirements, what is given to me. Technically, there are 4 solid ways of finding this, right? Second one is what? Point slope form of a straight line. I have x1, y1 as a point, and there is a slope. Slope is m, which is also nothing but tan theta, right? Point slope form of a straight line. How do I write it? We write this as y minus y1 is also equal to m times of x minus x1. This is point slope form of a straight line, right? That's number 2. Number 3, you say that, hey, point slope intercept form of a straight line. Slope m is given, and then intercept. Which intercept is given? Y intercept is given. Y intercept. Let me call y intercept as b. Alright, y-intercept is given. Therefore, you say that, hey, y is equal to mx plus b. What is this b? B is the y-intercept. What do you mean by y-intercept? If there is a line, if this line is cutting out here, this is called as 0, comma b. This point is called as a, comma 0. A is nothing but the x-intercept. This b is nothing but the y-intercept. This is the intercept. Alright, now this is slope-intercept form of a straight line. Finally, intercept form of a straight line. You just have the intercept form itself. What do you mean by intercept? Value of a would be given to us, x-intercept is given, and the y-intercept is given. Therefore, you say that x divided by x-intercept and y divided by y-intercept is equal to 1. So now this is what we kind of understand it out here. Okay, and also for this particular question, what is the other one? Hey, if I have a line ax plus by is equal to c, if I have a line ax plus by is equal to c, and if I ask you, hey, why don't you form a line which is parallel to this particular line? If the line has to be parallel, you would retain this ax plus by is equal to k. This will be the equation of a line parallel to the given line. Parallel to the given line. What is the equation of the line? Perpendicular to the given line. Equation of the line perpendicular to the given line. You say that, hey, from here, alright, you are writing from here. From where you are getting this? From the slope, etc. I am not getting into that. Bx minus ay is equal to k. This will be the equation of a line perpendicular to the given line. This was my given line. I can find a line parallel to this. I know the construction in my mind. So parallel and perpendicular. All right. So now these were some of the issues involved here. There are multiple ways you can resolve this particular question. So now these are all. Now what are the things that come into your mind? Hey, the different ways of forming a straight line. There are 4 ways. Now given a particular line, how do I find a line parallel to it or perpendicular to this? Now some of these parameters is what you could have kind of used in this particular question. Fair enough. All right. Let's take a look at this. Okay, what happened here? There is a point 2, 1. There is a line in between. It's not a vertical line, just a schematic diagram. All right, there is a point and the mirror image of this particular point is 8 minus 3. I am not using a coordinate here, a 0 0 plotting this. No, I'm just saying that hey, there is a point 2 1. Let me call this point as A. There is another point called as B, which is the mirror image of this, which is acting as a mirror. This particular line, this is the line which is acting as a mirror. Now this line will be perpendicular to the line joining the points because it's acting as a mirror, right? Perpendicular to this. Now therefore I can find this midpoint. What is this? This is nothing but the section formula, midpoint formula. How do I find the midpoint? There is a 2 here, there is a 8 here. 8 plus 2 divided by 2, 5. Okay, this is the midpoint. Let me call this point as P. And there is a 1 here, there is a 3 here. Therefore add them. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Minus 2 divided by 2 is nothing but minus 1. The coordinates of the point P, that is the midpoint, is 5, 1. I got the point. All right. Hey, what is the slope of this particular line? Slope of the line AB, because AB is connected, the slope of the line is y2 minus y1. I can write this as, let me call this as x1 and y1, and this is x2 and y2. Let me call them. Y2 minus y1 is nothing but minus 4. I am writing the slope of this particular line minus 4, and then x2 minus x1 is nothing but 6. Hey, slope of this particular line is minus 2 by 3. All right. So if the slope of this line is minus 2 by 3, what would be the slope of the line perpendicular to the line AB? All right, perpendicular to line AB. Slope of the line perpendicular to this particular line would be 3 by 2. Hey, how do you know that? If there is a slope of one of the lines is m1, the slope of the other line is m2. m1 into m2 should be equal to minus 1. That's when we say that the given two lines are perpendicular. So if I know that this is minus 2 by 3, this is nothing but 3 by 2. All right. So now how do I write this equation of this particular line? I have the slope here, which is m1. I have the slope and I have the point here. Now I'm circling them. There is a slope and there is a point. I can use slope point form of a straight line. Therefore I say that hey, y minus of minus 1 is also equal to slope times of x minus of x1. I can resolve this and I will get the equation of this particular line. Comfortable, friends? I revised most of it using this particular question. No need for me as I get into the future questions. I don't have to explain so much. I went on a monologue for some time. I know I went on a monologue for some time, but then that's a kind of a revision. It's a kind of a revision. Yeah, all good? Everybody all good? All good? Yeah. Basically, I'm using the slope point form of a straight line to arrive at this particular line. Okay. Nice. All right. Now here is the CAT question. Yeah, point was given in the exam. Answer options were the points. Answer options were the points. Answer options were the points. Points were given. Take good 2 minutes and give me that particular point. Type it in. So there is a clear background to it. It shouldn't take much time, but nevertheless, I'm giving sufficient reflection time. Do this CAT question from the background of what we already learned so far. All right, guys, listen. Okay, let's do that. I would love to give a little more time. I know that if I give a little more time, you guys will be able to close it, but then because of want of time, I cannot do that, right? So therefore, allow me to finish it. Let's do this. Find the mirror image of this. Hey, this is the line. This is the line. 2x plus 3y is equal to 18. Hey, don't laugh at it. I can draw that line on the coordinate plane, but that's not required. It's a schematic diagram. You may think that, sir, how on earth this is going to be a vertical line? We all know that vertical line will be x is equal to k. I know, you know, it's just a schematic diagram. Therefore, I'm just writing it for the ease of writing it, right? So if you want, we can always plot that particular line, but that's waste of time, like a time speed distance. You simply draw a schematic diagram. You will not draw exactly railway engine, all that bogies, fellow, all that. You will not draw. It's a schematic diagram. As long as you understand, that's good enough, because you have to just to understand the diagram. Sometimes you may have to draw a small sketch. Okay, what is happening here? Okay, so the line is 2x plus 3y is equal to 18. That is the line. It is reflected about this. Where is a point? The point is here. Let me call this point as A. The coordinate of this particular point is 1, 1. Fair enough. Now this line is gone here. The reflection, mirror image, let me call it as B. This is where the reflection is. Now this has m comma n. Let's say that, okay, image is m comma n. That's what I want to find out. What is m here? What is n here? M is the x coordinate of the point, n is the y coordinate of the point. You can call it as x comma y also, doesn't matter to me. This is what I'm supposed to be finding it out. Fair enough. All right, that's what I should be doing. Now, firstly, what will be the equation of this particular line? I know that equation of this particular line would be 3x minus 2y is equal to k. That is the equation of this particular line. Why? Hey, because I know the equation of this line. This has to be perpendicular to this. Equation of a line perpendicular to this will look something like this, right? 3x minus 2y is equal to k. Now, on this line lies a point 1, point A. A lies on this particular line. Therefore, come back and quickly present it out here. All right, now I can present it out here. Wherever x is there, write 1. Therefore, 3 times of 1 minus 2 times of 1 is also equal to k. Therefore, you say that k is equal to 1. Good. So, you reach the stage that k is equal to 1. K is equal to 1, substitute it. Now that you say that, hey, I had k, but I didn't know what was the value of k. Now I know that k is equal to 1. I have two equations. What are the two equations? 2x plus 3y is equal to 18 is one equation. Other equation is 3x minus 2y is equal to 1 is my second equation. If I solve, I'm circling them. These are the two equations. If I solve them, what do I get? I get the point of intersection. Let me call this particular point as P. I get the point of intersection from here, right? I get the point of intersection. Let me solve this. Let me multiply the first equation by 2. Let me multiply the second equation by 3 and add them together. So therefore 4 plus 9, you get this as 13x, and these fellows will get cancelled in between. 8 2 times is 16, or at 16 plus 8 2 times 36 plus 3, which becomes 39. Therefore you say that, man, x is equal to 3. Okay, if x is equal to 3, come back, substitute in one of these particular equations. Let me substitute it here. X is equal to 3, therefore 3 times of 9. 2y is equal to 8, therefore y is equal to 4. Good. So therefore you say that the point y is equal to 3, 4. Nothing you did so far, absolutely nothing. All you did is an equation was given. You immediately wrote this particular equation. You solved those particular, you found the value of k by putting this particular point, because this point lies on this particular line. And from there you figure out, you solved it, you figured out the point of intersection. This point of intersection is the midpoint. Now use the midpoint formula to get rest of the issue. Use the midpoint formula to get rest of the issue. What do you mean midpoint formula? 1 plus m divided by 2 is equal to 3. Alright, therefore m is equal to 5. Okay, therefore m is equal to 5. Similarly from here 1 plus n this time. So you say that 1 plus n divided by 2 is equal to 4. Alright, therefore n is equal to 7. And hence you say that 5, 7 is the point that I am talking about. Fair enough, my friends. Is this clear to you? Nothing. It's just that you should be in form. That's it. If you are in the form, finding this is not really a big deal. You just should be in the form. The writing the line perpendicular to the given line, substituting the point and finding the value of k, solving it to find the point of intersection, then applying the midpoint formula, all that stuff. Midpoint formula is nothing but a section formula I'm talking about. Section ratio is 1:1. Hey, are you all with me? I hope I'm not confusing you guys. These are all simple questions. No big concept here. Think about it. What is the big concept that we used? We didn't use any big idea. We are talking about idea. Our idea should be clear. Rest of them are formulas. Yeah, idea should be clear. That's okay, Risha. Once you come to the form, you will do it better ways. There are multiple ways to do it. Absolutely fine. Whichever way you do, you can use any formula. But once the idea is fine, once you get better ideas, naturally we'll be able to do it better, right? It's just a matter of time. Don't worry. Cool. Are we good to go to the next one, friends? All good? All good? Good in the sense I'm not confusing, I believe. Sahil, what are the classes covered? Please give a search as Cat Ninjas. If you want to understand what are the topics, just give Cat Ninjas 1.0. That's for Cat 21. And then you can put my name, Belvi Srinivas. You get a lot of lectures. And you go to the description, probably there you get the complete thread. We did quite a bit of it in the last 3 months or so. That's how you can kind of figure it out, right? Yeah, each series you can find out, multiple series. Yes, guys. So here we are with another beautiful concept question. Then I will come to the CAT question after this. Do this concept builder. Build concept from here. Then I will come to the CAT question. Next is going to be a CAT question. 1 minute. 1 minute for this. It's a concept builder. Just a concept builder. Quickly, within a minute, tell me the answer. Just give me the x coordinate. X coordinate of point D. Yeah. Very good, very good. Yeah. So whatever the answers that you guys have typed is correct. All right, that's right. So what happens? All right, in a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. In a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect each other. Okay, one diagonal may be longer in length, shorter in length. That doesn't matter, but the diagonals bisect each other. If I call this as A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. The coordinates are there except the point D. Every other coordinate is there. Assume that they bisect at a point P, which means it's a midpoint. It's a midpoint of AC. P is the midpoint of diagonal AC. P is also the midpoint of diagonal DB. Diagonals bisect each other. Hey, do I know the midpoint of AC? Of course, yes. What is the midpoint of AC? 4 plus 8. 4 plus 8 divided by 2, which also should be equal to minus 2. Let me call this as m comma n. So therefore you say that minus 2 plus m divided by 2. By now you kind of realize that 2 doesn't matter, and hence by now you understand that the x coordinates of point A plus C should be equal to x coordinates of the point B and x coordinates of the point B and D. But D is nothing but m. So therefore simply equate it, you get the value of m is equal to 14. Similarly, if you wanted to understand what is the n there, y coordinate there, simple. So go to the y coordinates here. 5 plus 3 is 8, but there is a 0 here. Therefore 0 plus n also should become 8, and hence you say that n is equal to 8. Therefore the fourth coordinates of the fourth vertices is 14 comma 8. So what is the concept that we are using? We are using that in a parallelogram the diagonals bisect each other. Fair enough. Now take this and now come to CAT question. Take this one and then let's try and resolve a CAT question. Go ahead. 2 CAT questions we will do on parallelogram. Numbers changed. It's a CAT question, just that numbers are changed a little bit here and there. Go ahead, use it. Yeah, I will give sufficient reflection time. 2 minutes of reflection time I give. The previous question is to help you to answer this question as well as the next question. Okay, guys, do it with me. Yeah, I know that you may be very close to finding the answer, but as I said, so I have to stop somewhere, right? So that's a point there. All right, let's take a look at this particular question. Let's do this together. Listen to me. Listen to me. So let me draw a schematic diagram so that visualization might become better here. Let's call this as the triangle P Q, sorry, midpoints of the sides P Q R. Okay, so let me call one of the midpoints as A, the other midpoint as B, the other midpoint as C. Okay, now where is A? A is the midpoint. It is here. Listen very carefully, listen all of you. So where is B? B is here, midpoint of this is B. Where is the midpoint of this? Somewhere here. All right, this is the midpoint of this, which is okay, that's a midpoint. I've dropped the midpoints of these particular points. All right. So now listen very, very carefully on this. So now these are the midpoints. So when I join this line with this line, listen very carefully, my friends. I'm joining AB. Listen, AB is parallel to, AB would be parallel to P. AB is parallel to PR. AB would be parallel to PR. Why? We already did enough of geometry here. I know that if I connect the midpoints of this particular side and the midpoint of this particular side, naturally this ratio is 1:1. This ratio is also 1:1. We found out a lot of other things based on this. So technically, I just want you to understand the fact that, man, these lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Okay, then I will join the line BC. I join the line BC, it's a midpoint. BC is the midpoint of this, 1:1. Now similarly, B is also the midpoint of this, which is 1:1. And hence, this is going to be parallel to the line PQ. This line is going to be parallel to the line PQ. Okay, are you clear so far? The parallels, have you find this, my friends? Parallels are clear? Is this parallel is clear to you? Quick, confirm this. Parallel is clear? Yeah. I said that the line AB is parallel to, line AB is parallel to PR. And I made another comment saying that the line BC is parallel to PQ. Is that clear? If that is clear, the problem is over. That's my point. Why I'm asking that is, if that is clear, the problem is technically over. It's a geometry first. Geometry first and then coordinates. Okay, now look at this. Hey, look at only this piece. It's a parallelogram. Look at only this particular piece, parallelogram. Therefore, PABC is a parallelogram, right? That has to be a parallelogram, right? Yeah. So because we understand enough of geometry, the length of this will be equal to length of this. All right. Now, so we understand enough of this particular geometry. It is a parallelogram because these two lines are otherwise also. Look at this. These two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel, and hence you say that hey, A P from here P A B, C or parallelogram. If it is a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect each other. That's what you mean. The diagonals bisect each other, which means sum of the coordinates of PB, sum of the coordinates of PB should be equal to sum of the coordinates of AC, right? Sum of the coordinates of AC, right? Put it to perspective, therefore, put it to perspective. You know A here. Let me write that ABC. A, B, C and then P. Let me write it to perspective. P I don't know. Let's say the coordinates of this are m comma n. This is nothing but m comma n. Put it all right now. Put what is the A here? A is 4 comma minus 2. P is 7 by 2. 3 by 2. And then C is nothing but 11 by 2 minus 1 by 2. 11 by 2 minus 1 by 2. What is that I'm trying to say? Look from the C's, all right now, what I'm trying to say, the sum of the coordinates of AC, the sum of the coordinates of AC, you may wonder, sir, why sum? It is not actually the sum, it is the average. Average gives me the point of intersection. But if then I have to take the average on this side also. Instead of taking the average, I can take the sum itself. Therefore, I say that 4 plus 11 by 2, 4 plus 11 by 2 is also equal to m plus is also equal to m plus 7 by 2, right? That's what you are trying to say. Therefore, m is also equal to 6. M is equal to 6. That is the coordinate here. Coming to the n side of the issue. Coming to the n side of the issue, you say that 2 and minus half. Okay, 2 plus minus half is also equal to n plus 3 by 2. This is what you are kind of trying to tell the value of n as, right? Bring it to the other side and hence you say that n is equal to, I hope you are getting this what I'm trying to say, the midpoint of AC, right? I have to divide this by 2, but then I have to divide this side also by 2. Therefore, that's not required. I don't have to do that part. I don't have to do this particular part. 2 plus of minus half is also equal to n plus 3 by 2. This is what we are kind of trying to look at. Therefore, bring everything onto one particular side. You will say that minus 4 divided by 2, which becomes minus 2, and hence n is equal to 0, 6 comma 0. Am I making a mistake somewhere in writing the coordinates? All good? All good? Oh, it is minus 2. Sorry, it is minus 2. minus 2. Therefore, n is equal to 4. Yeah, n is equal to minus 4. Okay, good. Understood how we capitalized on the previous concept. I taught parallelogram there. Why did we understand that drill from the parallelogram? Because the diagonals bisect each other. This CAT question was asking the very much same thing. This was also asking the parallelogram only, in which the diagonals bisect each other. So I gave good reflection time so that you understand there was a parallelogram in this. You understand the fact that there was a parallelogram in this. Yeah, in the exam also it takes some time. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that quickly you see it and then you will immediately understand it. No, there is a reflection time. There is a reflection time. Yeah, there is a reflection time. No doubt about it. There is a reflection time. Don't worry, Keval. The approaches get better. Right? As we go along, approaches get better. Approaches get better. It is just hitting the form. Once we hit the form, our approaches naturally get better. Okay, here comes another question. Here comes another CAT question. Yeah, just that numbers are changed. I changed some numbers. Now this question can be very much of a non-MCQ. Theta question. You can type the answer. You will get a beautiful answer. You can type it. Yeah, I will give enough time. If you want, I'll give enough time. But perform. The whole idea, parallelogram, third question on it. You should be able to close this. I generally don't do 3 questions, only 2 questions on one concept, but yeah, let's do the third one. Parallelograms are important. Came many times, so take this time and close. All right. Okay, guys, do it with me. I know that some of you will be about to close. It looks like most of you are out of form with coordinate geometry. One easy question you get in coordinate geometry. Therefore, be prepared. It will be an easy question because ideas come from geometry only here. Ideas come from where? Geometry. You just have to understand a little bit of coordinates out there. That's it. And these are some of the popular kind of questions what I'm trying to illustrate. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me. Let me call this point as A. Let me call this point as B. Let me call this point as C. I'm not saying that A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. I'm just saying that A, B, C, 3 points are given. I have to find the 4th point. All of you listen very carefully. Let me draw a schematic diagram. I have no intention of drawing this and putting that 7,8 comes here, 6,4 comes here, 2,5 comes somewhere here. No, I have no such intention of drawing those particular coordinates. I am just drawing a schematic diagram because we just have to understand that schema and follow that. That's it, right? Okay, let me call that, hey, this is my triangle ABC. Some triangle would be there. Let me draw a smaller one. Listen, guys, everybody listen and understand this. Once you understand, so everything about the parallelogram can be concluded with this. Let's say this is my point A, this is B, and this is C. Somewhere like this. This is my diagram. So where all can my point D be? Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me. If I call this as one of the diagonals, if AC is a diagonal, then point D would come like this. You will draw a line parallel to this. You would draw a line parallel to this, and you would draw a line parallel to this. You are trying to tell me that my point D can be here. Why did you say that? Because you said that let AC be my diagonal. Fair enough. Now let me draw another same triangle ABC. Let me draw one more triangle which is also ABC only. This is also ABC. Ditto. So now let me draw the same triangle ABC. This is my A, this is my B, and this is my C. Now let me say that, hey, this is my diagonal. AC is my diagonal. This time I'm saying that let AC be my diagonal. This is the diagonal. If this is the diagonal, where is my parallelogram? I will draw a line parallel to this. I would draw a line parallel to this, half like this, because that should become a diagonal line there. This is the diagonal. I will draw a line parallel to this. I want to draw a line parallel to this. It comes like this. It comes like this. This is where my point D is going to be, because I decided AB to be my diagonal. Third diagram can be formed. Now I can draw another diagram using the same logic. So here I have A, B, C. This was my triangle. So I made one solid now AC as the diagonal. Then I made AB as the diagonal. Therefore this time AB is going to be the diagonal. Therefore this is going to be the diagonal. Then you will draw a line parallel to this. And you draw a line parallel to this, and hence there are three values D can take. All right, on the coordinate axis, three values D can take. D can be somewhere here, the coordinates, the D can be on the other side of the issue, D can be on the third side of the issue. That's where he mentioned that all such parallelograms, because author knows that, man, you can form three parallelograms here. Okay, are you all comfortable with the logic first? Did you get grip of the logic here? Yes or no? Earlier it was given in the order, A, B, C or the order. Now there is no order here. He never mentioned that A, B, C are in the order, etc. He said that I gave 3 points. You decide how many values you fourth point can take and tell me the areas. That's all he said. So this is the logic. What I explained is the logic. How do you fathom this question? How do you understand this question? Three parallelograms can be formed. I hope you understood the logic, guys, everyone. Keval, Rishav, Chinmay, Chandni, Sumit. Others didn't understand what I'm trying to say, because this is one of the crux of the parallelograms. Core logic. This is the core. We need to have idea about this. Yeah, of course, yes. Of course, yes. We know the properties of parallelogram, Keval. Why that question now? We know, right? We know, right? If I call the area of this is equal to, all right, if the area of this is A, small a, then I know that this is also A. So what is this particular A? This A is here, this is A, area of this triangle is A, area of this triangle is A. All right, therefore you are saying that, hey, I have to find it 6A, that is the answer. 6A is my answer. Why 6A? Because there is a and A. This is one parallelogram, 2A. So here also there is a and because this is given to me. What I'm circling is given to me. So this is A. This portion is going to be A. This would be another A, because properties of parallelogram. A diagonal cuts the parallelogram into two equal halves. All right, two equal halves by area. Right. Therefore, this is another 2A. This is another 2A. 2A, 2A, 2A. That is 6A. Now, how do I find the A here? Because I know the coordinates of ABC. Don't I know the coordinates of ABC? Yes, I know the coordinates of ABC. Put it to perspective, you will get the area. 6 times of A becomes this. Let's quickly find out what is A therefore. What are the points given to me? The points given to me are 7, 8, 6, 4 and 2, 5. So you can call them as x1, y1. All of you know how to find it. Nevertheless, let me quickly put it to the perspective. x1, y1, this is x2, y2, and this is x3, y3. Now area of the parallelogram where these are the points is also given by 1 by 2 times of mod x1 minus x2, then x2 minus x3, y1 minus y2, and then y2 minus y3. Put it, this becomes the area. You said that area is nothing but A. Put it to the perspective, it becomes half of 7 minus 6, which is 1, then 6 minus 2, which becomes 4, 8 minus 4, which becomes 4, 4 minus 5, which becomes minus 1. So determinant value, find this. All of we know how to find the determinant value, product of this, which is minus 1, minus of product of this, which becomes 16. And hence you are saying that A is equal to, it's a mod, right? Determinant value is positive. Therefore, you are saying that 17 divided by 2 is the area. Required answer, 16 times of 17 divided by 2, which is equal to 51 square units, which is going to be the theta question. Answer to this particular question. All comfortable? Guys, nobody in CAT will ask you, tell me the area. I have given the 3 points. You must be kidding. If you are expecting such question, no, this will be a part of the larger game. We should know this, how to find the area given 3 points, we should know, but that will be a part of the larger game. Nobody on earth is going to ask you that I will give you 3 points, tell me that. Hey, we are not 10th standard or 9th standard children to do that. Let's be mindful about it. There is an idea what they'll be interested in. See, when you are writing all this parallelogram, what? Now you are thinking like an adult. Idea is important. Then comes all this formula. They don't check your formula, because in the management, what they should do with this formula? Ideas are important, man. Idea is important. Right? Idea is what they are checking. Management is nothing to do with this particular formula. What an IMA will do with this particular formula? Nothing. I don't know. I've never come across this in the management. I don't know what you come across. This idea is important. To put that idea to perspective, yeah, I need some formula at the end. Let's be very clear on that. Hey, are you all with me, guys? Are you all with me? Enjoying it? We are going slow, but still, are you having some fun? Learning. What I meant is, yeah, you got to be enjoying what you are learning. Yeah. Okay, at least 3 of you. Keval, Srishti, Sumit. Yeah, good. Rishav and Isha Vibha are also joining the party. That's nice. Okay. Another one. All these are exam questions now. Warm-ups are over. The first 3-4 questions were warm-ups. Warm-ups are done. So now we are looking typically at the application. Application which came either in CAT, ZAT or IIFT. One of the exams. At least one of those exams. Yeah. I change the numbers just to suit our learning sometimes. That's it. Just to suit our learning, sometimes I change the values. Rest of it I retain as it is. I'll not change the idea. Only values I change. That doesn't matter. Sometimes, not every time. Sometimes I retain the values as it is. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe a minute is a good time for this. Close it in a minute. Take this, close it in a minute. The next question will be CAT question after this. This is root 3. Okay, I will extend. I will count another 20 seconds in my mind. Get it? Because I'm expecting some answers. It's a build-up. It's a warm-up question. Build up before we go to the CAT question quick. Good. All right. Yeah, some of you could think about it. Firstly, this is a very prominent one. This is very prominent. It is of the walk. It's an equation of the line. Y is equal to mx. But that B is not there. B, C, whatever you write. All right. Now, this is the equation of the line. What is this? This is a y-intercept. When this is missing, what happens? The line passes through the origin, right? Therefore, the line passes through the origin. That's understanding. The moment you write it, hey, should I draw this? Not necessary. Not necessary. But to explain, I have to draw it. I don't have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice of drawing or not drawing. But after reading this, you understand that, man, it is the equation of a line passing through the origin. This is the equation of a line passing through the origin. Hey, what is this m? M is equal to tan theta. What is tan theta? Tan theta is equal to root 3. Such a beautiful value is given to us. Therefore, what is theta? Theta is equal to 60 degrees. Tan theta is equal to root 3. Then what is the theta then? 60 degrees. Fair enough. Therefore, you say that, all right. So, therefore, the slope is 60 degrees for a line passing through the origin. This is this particular line. All right. Now, what is this? Say this green line is nothing but this. Y is equal to root 3x is this particular line. Fair enough. Now this man has gone along this particular line. He's been traveling. Already started from the origin. Now he went on to travel along this particular line where I'm hashing it by using the pink color one. 5 meters per second. How long? Only 4 seconds. Therefore, he traveled a distance of 20 meters. He traveled a distance of 20 meters. Let us call this particular point as P, whose coordinates are m comma n. Alright, the coordinates of this particular point P is nothing but m comma n. Fair enough. Alright, that is what we are trying to say there. Now I know about 30, 60, 90 triangle. Done. Alright, hey man, alright, now drop a perpendicular. Simply drop a perpendicular because we are masters of geometry by now, right? Coordinate geometry. Of course, coordinates we will tell, but aren't we the masters of geometry? Yeah, we know geometry. Use those concepts. A 30, 60, 90 triangle, man. It is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. In a 30, 60, 90 triangle, we know that the sides are in the ratio 1 is to root 3 is to 2. 2 corresponds to what? 20 here. 2 corresponds side opposite 90 corresponds to 20. Therefore, what is 110? So therefore, this leg is 10. What is this particular one? 10 root 3. What is this 10 means? Yeah, x coordinate. What is this 10 root 3 means? Y coordinate. All right, this is 10 root 3 is nothing but y coordinate. See, you don't even have to use the distance formula, etc., because you kind of know about the geometry. Use it and close it. Use those 30, 60, 90, 45, 45, 90 and close this. Okay, yeah. Is this clear? We are getting on to the CAT question next. This is clear. Concept is clear. You should read the equation of the line carefully. You have to read, understand the slope, all of that stuff. You should read. Don't treat them as bland. They are talking. They are saying something. They are saying something. Observe what they are trying to say. Right? Yeah, that's important. That's where I gave sufficient time. Extended by another 20-30 seconds. So that you get that point first. Very good. Wonderful. At least 4 or 5 of you said that you understood. Chinmay, Chandni, Keval, Risha, Visha. Others didn't understand what's happening. Is it fine? Good to go move on this concept to the CAT question. Yeah. Sumit is joining the party. Guys, if you are lagging, click on the live and stay tuned with me. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I will wait for 10 seconds. Everybody stay tuned. Come to the live. Click on that live button and come to the live. Yeah, cool. All right. Here comes the CAT question. Yeah, diagram was also given in the CAT. Diagram was also given. Go ahead. I will give good 2 minutes. 2 minutes is too much time after that warm up. Without warm up, 2 minutes was correct. But still, I will give that time because we are learning. It's okay. Solve. Everybody solve. And put the answer. If you have understood that warm-up question, you must be able to answer this. Yeah, okay. Allow me to do it. Let's do this together. So first, let me go to this particular line. Hey, what is this line? It is given. All right, now he's so graceful that in the CAT, this line was also given to us. This line was also given to us. So therefore, we know the slope. Write it in the right fashion. Y is equal to 1 by root 3 times of x. Okay. Understand what is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is nothing but m slope, which is also nothing but tan theta. You are saying that tan theta is equal to 1 divided by root 3. Therefore, what is theta? You understand that from here, theta is equal to 30 degrees. All right. So you are trying to say that, man, this is 30 and this is 90. Why? Because the radius is touching the tangent. Therefore, it is 90, and hence this is going to be 60, right? Therefore, you have a 30, 60, 90 triangle. That's a triangle that you have, all right, in which the value of m is nothing but root 3 comma 1. All right, that is the value of m there, right? That's a value of m, and hence you understand that, hey, what is the length of this particular line? I can easily find the length of this particular line. How do you find the length of this particular line? Because this point is known and I know another coordinate 0 comma 0. I use the distance formula. Therefore, root 3 whole square plus 1 square is equal to OM square. OM, all right, that is the length. I'm talking about this. Hey, there is a O here and there is a M here. What is OM square? I'm talking OM square is equal to, therefore, 4, and hence you say that OM is equal to 2. Fantastic. Now you are saying that this length is nothing but 2 units. That measurement is going to be 2 units. That's what you are trying to say there. 2 units. Now listen to me very carefully on this note. On this note, all of you listen to me very, very carefully. Listen, guys. We know geometry, therefore make use of geometry rather than trying to find this coordinate, and then try to use the distance formula. Use little bit of your geometry understanding. That's precisely the reason I'm giving coordinate geometry after geometry. It becomes easier. The questions which appear in CAT and some other exams becomes easier because they're more interested in the idea generation rather than trying deeper into the geometrical aspect. What do you mean by this? Now that we know that this is 2, keep the 2 there. Keep the 2. Now what I'm interested in this. You already got that this is 60 degree. Therefore, this is 30 degree and this is 90. I want you to focus on the triangle POQ. I want you to focus on the triangle POQ. Again, POQ is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay. Do I know anything out here? I don't know. So let's say that, okay, I have a 30, 60, 90 triangle, which is that I'm talking about POQ. The POQ is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Let me call the side opposite 30 as K. What is K? This whole stuff. Let me call this as K. All right. So therefore, what is this stuff is going to be? This is going to be root 3 times of K. All right. This whole thing, all right, this is going to be root 3 times of K. What is this hypotenuse going to be? Hypotenuse is going to be 2K. The length of the hypotenuse is going to be 2K, root 3K, and this is going to be 2K. Let me find the area. Hey, what is the area of the triangle POQ? I am trying to find the area of the triangle POQ, base into height. Hey, what is base? K. All right. What is height? Height is root 3K. Okay, root 3K divided by 2. Base into height divided by 2. Also, area of this particular triangle can be written as, hey, can I say the base is equal to 2K? Of course, yes. Another way of writing this, let the base be 2K. What is the height? Height is equal to 2. That is the height. Base can be taken as 2K also. Let the base be hypotenuse and the height is nothing but 2. Base into height divided by 2. Both are same. Therefore, from here, you quickly get the value of K from here. All right. So 1K is getting cancelled. The bases are getting cancelled. And hence you say that, man, K is equal to 2 divided by root 3. That is the value of K. But what is that you wanted? Hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 2K. It is not K. It is 2 times of K. K is 2 divided by root 3. And hence the answer is going to be 4 divided by root 3. This CAT question, you can beautifully make use of 30, 60, 90 triangle and close it within no time. Hey, are you all understanding this? You got that? Hey, don't make it a pure coordinate geometry. Some people find what is Q, what is P. Don't be so interested. We know geometry. We call this as coordinate geometry because there are elements of geometry which fits into this question, and use those elements. Use those elements if they are convenient. Convenient means 30, 60, 90 kind of angles. Use it. If you don't know the angle, God help you. Then we will go to find all the coordinates, etc. Then there is no way out. It will take a little more time. But if we can use some understanding of geometry, go ahead and use it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sahil. K is equal to 4 by root 3. Thank you, man. Yeah, there is a 2 here. Yeah. 2 here. Yeah. K is equal to 4 by root 3. Fantastic. Thank you. That's a typo error. 8 by root 3 is the answer. Perfect. Agreed. Yeah. I looked at only 1, 2. There is 2 into 2. Yeah. 4 root 3. Perfect. K is equal to 4 root 3. Answer is 8 by root 3. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Trishti. Thanks, Sahil. Yeah. I overlooked it. Yes. Happens. Okay. All right. So move to the next one. Yeah, another one. Another one. It shouldn't take much time. A minute should be a good time. But since it's first time, probably you are looking from the circle perspective. Okay, I will give 2 minutes. 2 minutes is technically not required for it. The moment you are aware of circle formulas, you'd be able to find this faster. All right, guys, do it with me. If I give a little more time, you guys will be able to close it, no doubt. Hey, two things can happen here. There is a circle. There is a circle. What if the line touches it? The three things can happen. Now listen to me very carefully. Say the line touches the circle. Somewhere it touches the circle. Schematic diagram. Don't think that, hey, how do you know that the slope of the line is like that? I don't. I'm just saying that schematic diagram. Okay. There is a diagram here. Hey, what if this was the circle and this is the line? The distance between the shortest distance, minimum possible distance between a point on the circle. So let me call that point as P. Let P be the point on the circle. And the line is how much? 0. All right. In this particular case, it is going to be 0. Fair enough. The other thing that can happen is what? I can move this particular line even inside. All right, I can say that, hey, what if this particular line is cutting that particular circle? Possible? Yeah. I would say that, okay, what if the line was something like this? Yeah. Then the minimum, all right, the distance between a point and that particular line is 0. All right, because I can say that, hey, now this time there are 2 points, P and Q. Now he's saying that minimum possible distance between a point on a circle or on a circle to this particular line is 0. All right, it is going to be 0. You can't say that, sir, this is negative. No, distance is not negative. It is positive. If you say that, hey, I will say this, it's going to be something positive. You will say that distance either at P or at Q. There are 2 points at which it becomes 0. Hey, what's the third proposition? I can move this one outside as well. Hey, what if the line was something here? All right, the line was here. Then you say that, hey, find the perpendicular distance. Don't find this distance. Assume that this is the line. This won't be the shortest distance between a given point and this. Forget this. Forget any point. Take the center itself. O to this particular A. That won't be shortest. Now come, let write a drop a line which is perpendicular. O to B. That's a perpendicular. Now call this particular point as P. Now PB becomes the shortest distance. Shortest distance is always a perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance between a point and a line is always a shortest distance. For example, if I have this particular line and I have a point here. All right, now what is the shortest distance? Of course, the perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance is the shortest distance. If you say that, no, sir, I will draw something like this, this will be the shortest. No, that can't be the shortest. It has to be the perpendicular distance which becomes the shortest, right? Okay, that is the concept there. So I will start with an assumption. That, okay, there is going to be, all right, the line is outside, because all right, question says that, all right, now what is the minimum possible distance? Either I get 0 or some negative value or some positive value. Let me start with an assumption that the line is going to be outside. What is the center? Center is nothing but 1, 2. All right, now we all know that the standard form of the circle, x minus h whole square and then y minus g whole square is equal to r square, right? Okay, fair enough. Hey, what is the radius of this particular circle? Therefore 3 units. because 9 is nothing but 3 square. 1 comma 2 is a point and this is the radius. What is the equation of this particular line? Equation of this particular line is 4x plus 3y minus 35 is equal to 0. How do I find the perpendicular distance between a point x1 y1, perpendicular distance between a point and a straight line, which is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Perpendicular distance between a point and a line, right? You find this as a times of x1 plus b times of y1 plus c divided by under root of a square plus b square under the mod. This is the perpendicular distance between a point and a straight line. Precisely apply it out here, because nobody is going to give you a point and a line and ask you that, hey man, please tell me perpendicular distance between a point and a line. Nobody in the management exam is going to ask you. Yeah, some management questions can ask, but definitely not in CAT or ZAT or IIFT. Nobody is going to ask you that directly, because the point is where you are going to get that question or how you are going to apply that in management. No, idea is what they will be asking. They said that I will give one circle, I will give you one line, you figure out that author is talking about the shortest distance. Idea is important to them. Once you get that idea, then comes the formula. Then you apply it in any formula, etc. Then figure it out. Okay, therefore let's write this shortest distance. What is the shortest distance? So I'm getting onto this particular equation here. What is that? 4x 3y. Okay, 4 times of what is the x I should take? 1, because here this is my x1 y1. x1 y1 is 1 2. Equation of the line is here, I'm underlining it. 4 times of 1 plus 3 times of 2 minus 35 divided by, because you got to write everything on one side, minus 35 divided by under root of a square is 4 square plus 3 square. This is what I'm supposed to be finding, right? Therefore you say that this would become minus 25 divided by 5, so which would become 5 units. You are now trying to say that OB is 5 units. What is 5 units? From O to B is 5 units. OB is equal to 5 units. OB can be written as OP plus PB. OP plus PB is equal to 5 units, in which OB is already, OP is nothing but the radius, that is 3 units. Say this P is the point from which is the closest to this particular line, and hence that is equal to 2 units, right? 2 is the answer to this particular question. 2 is the answer. Everyone comfortable on this? Everybody clear about this question? Because the point is what? Hey, we all know this formula, shortest distance between a point and a line. We know that, but nobody is going to ask us directly. Let's be mindful about it. Let's be mindful about it. Nobody is going to probe it directly, right? They will give a scenario, just like time, speed, distance. They give a scenario. That's where the idea comes. At the end of the day, whatever be the scenario, it is going to be time is equal to distance divided by, or speed is equal to distance divided by time taken. They cannot give the data directly. They will give a scenario. Take that scenario, come back to this, apply, and then resolve. That's what they expect, right? Similarly, in coordinate geometry, trigonometry, whatever it is, they try to give a scenario. Scenario based questions are important for us. All right. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one. Go to the next one. Yeah. Try this, guys. It's on circles. I'm giving a couple of questions on the circles. I'll extend. Try to close it. A minute, minute and a half should be a good time. If it is short, I will extend a little bit. Okay, 2 minutes should be ideal because there are 2 circles, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm extending by a minute. Given ideally 2 minutes. Okay, all right, let's try this together. Let's do this together. First, let's go to this particular circle because data is complete. Here is M. I need to find this M. All right, all of you, listen to me. Everybody quickly listen to me. Let me go to this particular circle. I know that, okay, I have to write this as x square is there, minus 4x is there. Therefore, I will write this as x minus 2 whole square because I have to consume this 4x. Cool. All right, then I will go to the next one. Y square is there, then there is a minus 6y. I will write this as y minus 3 whole square. That is, I'm trying to write it as a plus b whole square, all that stuff. That's what I'm trying to write. Okay, so therefore this would, so far what did I use so far? I used the preposition x square minus 4x, then I used plus 4. Let me write that plus 4 outside. Okay, let me write that because there is a plus 4 here. I'm right. Okay, let me write it here itself, plus 4. This is one proposition I used because I got to use it. I don't have a choice in the matter. Then I am coming here, a y is y square minus 6x. Then I'm using plus 9. All right, this is what I'm trying to say. Now, what is that? Hey, I wanted 9 plus 4. Look at this, 9 plus 4. I wanted 13, but what I have? Minus 12 I have, but what I wanted plus 13. Yeah, Keval, that's also fine, right? That's also fine. If you directly remember the formula, use it. If you don't remember, very simple. You just have to group them as perfect squares and you are done. It hardly takes any time. Now look at this. You wanted plus 13, but you have minus 12. Already you wanted plus 13, you have minus 12. What do you mean? How do you get it? Therefore, you say that, man, I have minus 12. Minus 12, but I wanted plus 13. All right, now this portion I wanted. As of now, this portion is not there. Instead of this, minus 12 is there, which means you should add 25. If you add 25, instead of this 0, you should add 25 to the other side as well. It doesn't take much time, right? To figure this out, it hardly takes any time. And hence you may say that, hey, this is equal to 5 square. Guys, did you get this? Yes or no? Of course, yeah, add 25 on both the sides, of course. It hardly takes any time. Did you get this part? Yes or no? Clear? Simple way. It hardly takes any time because your numbers are there. Numbers are right in front of you. Use it and you will get it. What big deal about it? It hardly takes any time. You get that as 5. Radius is 5 for this circle. It is centered at 2, 3 and the radius is 5. Right? Something like this. There is a center at 2, 3. Right? This 2, 3 is the center and the radius is going to be 5 units. Radius of this is nothing but r is equal to 5 units. That is point number 1. Okay, let me now come to the second side. Where is this centered? Where is the second circle is centered? Let me come to the second center. Project it exactly like that. Present it exactly like that only. Present the second circle. What is that you are trying to say? You are trying to look at the 6x along with this x square. X plus 3 whole square. That's how you group it. X plus 3 whole square. Okay, the second one. All right, now group this y and this. Forget this m because m anyway I don't know. Right? Okay, then y plus 9 whole square. Y 9 because this is 2, 9 and y. That is how it is going to be, right? Yeah, this is going to be, all right, some radius square. This is going to be some radius square. I don't know. I have to write this. What technically it means? Hey, there is another circle here. There is going to be another circle. Okay, and the center of that circle is going to be minus 3 comma minus 9. How do you get this from here? There is a 3 and 9. We all know the circle formula. Therefore, you know that minus 3 comma minus 9 is going to be the center of this particular circle. Let me join this. All right. Therefore, you are joining this particular distance. By using the distance formula, if I call this center as C1, if I call this center as C2, I use the distance formula to get the full distance. I use the distance formula to get this this particular distance. Okay. Use that minus 3 minus 2, all right, which becomes 5 square. Which becomes 5 square minus 5 square, naturally 5 square. Then you have minus 9 and 3. You are saying that that's a minus 9 and minus 3, which will become minus 12 square, which is nothing but 12 square, which is also equal to 13 square. All right, which is nothing but 13 square. In the sense you are trying to say that the distance between the centers is 13 units. Distance, this is a distance formula. What did I use here? Man, I used the distance formula. I use the distance formula. This is the D. This is the distance between C1, C2. This is the distance between C1, C2, technically, which is nothing but 13. You are saying that the distance between the centers is 13. If the distance between the centers is 13, then what is this radius? Second radius. Second radius is going to be 8 units. Hey, did you get this? This is the crux of this particular question. Because they are touching means author has given one radius. I can find another radius because I know two centers. Clear? Yeah. Okay, Keval, no worries. Got this? Because this is the crux of this particular question. Geometry. Yeah, then you are using distance formula. Nobody will ask a question directly on the distance formula. In between the idea, you will use distance formula. Nobody will give us 2 points and say that fellow find the distance between the 2 points. What do they do with that? That's a high school question. Yeah, all right, good. Yeah, this is what you find there. Now come back, represent it. Therefore, you come back and put this to perspective. You got it as 13 square or 8 square. Put it 8 square here. Okay, from where you got this 8 square here, man? You only said that the radius is 8. Please put it back. Then it is going to be 8 square. Okay, expand this. This is going to be x square. Call it plus 6x. 6x plus 9. Then you have y square. Okay, y square. Let me put that all at y square. Then you have 18y plus 81, right, which is also equal to 64. Okay, now what is that? X square is common, y square is common, right? 6x is common, 18y is, hey, you don't have to do so much of work, I'm just telling you, right? 18y is common. Hey, what is there now? There is a 9 here, there is 81 here. I want 0 here, but the rest of them is going to be 1. I want 0 here. If you want 0, please take this 64 to the other side. Therefore, m is equal to this 9 comes in the picture with a positive sign. 81 comes in the picture with a positive sign. The 64 comes inside because I want 0 to be coming on this particular side. I want 0 here. Therefore, minus 64, right? Therefore, 90 minus 64 is what I am talking about, which is nothing but 26. That is the value of m. m is equal to 26. That is the answer. Did you all get this, friends? Clear about this? Clear about this question? Very beautiful question. Yeah. Yeah, you have this formula also, right? You can use that. See, so those who remember formula, use it. R is equal to under root of g square plus h square minus c. All right, g square h square minus c. Yeah, what is this? All right, square it otherwise. R square is equal to g square plus h square minus c. What is r square here? All right, 8 square. This is 8. I'm just using this 8 square is equal to, what is g square? G is nothing but minus 3 square. I can use it as 3 square. Okay, minus 9 square. Anyway, it's a square function. 9 square minus c. It is exactly the same. Those who remember the formula, please use the formula. I don't remember the formula. How much time it will take? It hardly takes any time. You don't have to expand it to cancel them. You know that. You just have to worry about the constants. You would have looked at it. You would have said that 64 is a constant, 81 is a constant, 9 is a constant. Constants will just simply come from here. You don't have to really know the formula. Yeah, but then no, sir, I remember the formula from 11th standard. Please use it. If you remember, please use it. Right? I think these formulas come in 10th standard or 11th standard. If you remember them, use it. If you don't remember them, don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, that brings us pretty much to the closure of today's lecture. I hope all of you enjoyed it. Hey, all of you got this? You learned something? I touched a little bit on a little bit about the circles. I touched a little bit about the parallelograms. Of course, using that, we looked at some distance formula, distance between a point, a shorter distance between a point and a straight line, slopes, all that stuff, whatever the little things that we could do, area of a triangle, all that stuff, right? Cool. All right. So all of you take the test tomorrow. Quick announcements before we kind of wind up. A quick announcement. Yeah, if anybody is appearing for snap, so yesterday one of the today the batch has started for snap. Those who are the snap aspirant, try and take a look at this. Looks to be a very promising course. You can look at that. If anybody here for CAT 22, you can look at this new batch which has started today. Now batches are plus courses. These are all the plus courses, we call them. Plus courses gives you a very structured way of kind of learning, right? The structured learning. So it can be level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever the kind of learnings that you are looking at. These are the subscription fees. These are the subscription fees here. These are the subscription charges. On this subscription fees, you get 10% discount when you use any of the educator code, including my code. You can use my code also, and then you can avail 10% discount on this. Technically, I suggest you to go for Iconic subscription, because in the Iconic subscription, in addition to the courses, you will get 25 counseling sessions. You can set up the 25 meetings with the mentors, short meetings with your mentors, and you can speak about your preparation, guidance, in whatever the sense you want the guidance. Here you get about 50 counseling sessions. Here you get 100 interactive sessions. These are one-to-one interactive sessions. You can speak to them about any of the issues that you have. So I would rather say that if you are going for it, go with the Iconic, because these interactions will certainly help. One-to-one setting up the meetings would certainly help. Yes, you have liked my lecture, then go ahead, put the like button. You understood what we are trying to do. So put the like button before you kind of leave, and share the link with others. Subscribe to this particular channel so that whenever we start a lecture, you kind of get that notification whenever it is presented. Yeah, so most of you said that you loved this particular lecture. That's very nice to hear from you guys. Pretty good. And anybody would like to look for the short questions that you have, where you are looking for certain concerns, you can join this particular Telegram group, post your doubts, certain things, etc. Yeah, all right, good. Rishav, nice comment. All right, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I very much love your company, guys. I enjoy your company. I'm hoping that you guys also equally enjoy my company. My best wishes to all of you. Do the test mock tomorrow. Don't worry and panic about the scores. Go and sit before the test 15 minutes before the test time. Be present before 15 minutes. And then go ahead and take the test. Spend that 15 additional moments, okay, from tomorrow onwards when you're taking the test. I will see you guys on Monday, maybe at the same time, 10 p.m. I'll see you guys on Monday, and you look at the notification, you will understand that what lectures that we are trying to consider and do. We will do something there, something meaningful. Yeah, and you guys have any suggestions, etc., you can post that all it in the Telegram group. Then we will take a look at that and we will proceed. Yeah, that's pretty much about today's lecture. Good night to all of you. My best wishes for tomorrow's test. God bless you. Good night.